A little bit later on in the programme, but this is the senior version, if you want, the 2022 Pro Time Motorsport Ginetta GT5 Championship, which has been absolutely buzzing this year, and a driver who's been buzzing over the last few rounds is Harley Horton. Here's the grid. Harley Horton on pole from Conor Grady, Mikey Doble third from Will Orton, then it's Nat Hodgkiss and Will Jenkins on row 3, Will the championship leader. Sam Smith's back with us, he's on row 4 with Ruben Hage. Cian Donaldson next up from Dave Sutton. They see Zanan Harry Manjin on row 6. Row 7, Sam Harvin. A welcome to newcomer Oliver Cottam, the youngest driver in the championship. Karim Sekat on pole position for the AM class ahead of yesterday's poleman Bal Sidhu. Chris White, I think, leads the championship, third on the grid from Paolo Santi. Then it's Neil Finnegan, Phil McGarty and Gerson Zarpellau completing the grid. Cian Donaldson's best qualifying performance of the weekend, but we've had some action here as having a little gyration there is Gerson Zarpellau, the Brazilian driver at the back.
Yeah, he's definitely going to put some heat in those tyres doing that, but that won't cause him any problem. There was not enough of a stop to flat spot those tyres too bad. So if I was to tell you I spun 17 times in my first ever race, then I think once is not too bad, is it, on the warm-up lap?
It's fair enough, isn't it?
Yeah, I've just let the cat out the bag there, haven't I?
I think people probably knew.
Grow up, mate. What do you mean you probably knew?
No, people probably knew.
Oh, you mean they assumed?
The people on social media.
That'll be it. Don't talk to me about people on social media. Tiff Nadell's having it in a bit.
Is he?
Bad-mouthing me before, yeah. I'm just waiting for
As my son would say, who's he? Sam Harvey got a best qualifying of 15th position in race 1, 13th in this one, so a good weekend's qualifying for him. Harley Horton's 6th pole position of the year, and he's got the championship gap down to 4 points from Will Jenkins, who didn't have the best of luck in qualifying yesterday. So Jenkins, again, fairly cool about it. Came over and had a chat this morning when the touring cars were about to go out, and just said, yeah, had an issue in qualifying, but really looking unfazed, Will Jenkins. He doesn't want to lose the championship lead, but he said, you know, if I do lose the lead, I can then chase.
Yes, exactly.
It's a good mindset.
And that is a very good point, yeah. I tell you what, that was a fast formation lap.
Wasn't bad, was it?
That was fast.
Trying to catch up.
I know we're trying to catch up on time, and I'm not surprised your man at the back spun. That was so fast. And he's Brazilian. Wow.
Here we go then. So pole position, the yellow and black car, Harley Horton, Conor Grady in the orangey car alongside. Lights are on. Out go the lights. Grady makes a good, and Mikey Doble from third, slightly quicker away than fourth place man Will Orton. Doble looking for his first win. He's the one in the 4 that would be well hungry for that. He was racing last weekend as well. A little bit of action as they go down into turn 1. They're both fighting and flexing their muscles as they go into Clervaux for the first time. It's Harley Horton leading from Conor Grady in second position. Phil McGarty is there just ahead of Neil Finnegan. So Gerson Zarpellau, I think, has made the best start from those. Hello, few of them taking the rallycross shortcut.
I was going to say, it looks like they've just joined the track from the entrance at gate 3. But look at this then. So side by side, Conor Grady having a look, comes out of that. But you've got to be careful doing that, because look now around the outside and down the inside, cars are going to be 2 abreast going to the fastest part of the circuit. Slick tyres, 5th gear, hold on to your hats.
Mikey Doble in the 88, he's in the left of shot chasing at the moment, down in 4th place, looking at Will Orton. Grady busy chasing them as well. Then we've got the Scott Nat Hodgkiss in the mix too. So Horton, the race leader, really building his confidence. It just took him a while to get that breakthrough for the first win, and it was a double win, you might remember, at Thruxton. He's looking for a double win this weekend, but Conor Grady, the veteran of the parish as far as Ginettas are concerned, has found a little vein of form this year. And you can see here, quite happy being a chaser in the Brown-sponsored car. Yeah,
he's on his toes, isn't he, Conor, in P2? On his toes, the car looks good. Wow, that was a big lunge, that was. I didn't know where he was going to go then, Jenkins. Yeah, he just come out of nowhere. I think he was trying to get out of the way and just find some space, but that's a nice shot, isn't it? Look at all those cars coming down. Look at the pit wall. That's proper karting spec stuff, that. Come on.
Very much so. Great shots in the cars going past as we look at the number 8 car. That's Sam Smith, the former Mazda champion. The Mazdas, a few of the drivers that have been in this championship as guests are actually racing Mazdas at Brands Hatch this weekend. Aidan Hills, who got fastest lap at Thruxton, is down there as well. And I think Rob Boston's back in Mazdas this weekend as well, I saw.
Yeah, super fast people, super great cars to race as well, and it's a bit of synergy between this championship and Mazdas, like you rightly said, and yeah, they're very difficult to drive, both regulations of car, but great racing.
Move on for 4th position. So Hotchkiss is having a look at Doble. They're side by side, the 2 blue cars. Hotchkiss with the yellow flash on the spoiler, and no, big pardon, Doble with the yellow flash. So Hotchkiss has gone through, and now we've got Jenkins coming up to have a little nibble at Doble as well. Mikey was having a chat with him. He was in BMWs last weekend on Anglesey, and I've never actually... Oh, and problems there for the 22. Gerson Sarpello, the Brazilian. Now what's happened to him?
Sarpello, oh, he's just gone in a bit hot. Oh, that's a shame, that. It may have energised those tyres just a bit with that amazing start he made, but he just ran in a bit too fast, and that's a bit of a shame. Look at Conor Grady's under big pressure now in the 11, and he stifles that, but it looks like the leader, Harley Horton, is getting away.
Yeah, Horton's just trying to build up. Going back to Zarpello, as you said, a great start. He was actually up dicing with Chris White, the championship leader in the AM class, to give you a little bit of perspective there. The AM class at the moment led by Bal Sidhu. So Bal Sidhu leading and looking for his first win. As Sam Smith looks at the inside of Will Jenkins, who could do without a DNF. And Smith takes a gyration. I think Jenkins survived that.
Yeah, Sam Smith, to be fair, he's only got himself to blame. He went for a lunge that was... I don't know if that was on, but he hit the curb so hard because he didn't want to actually fire the car off in front. So fair play that he actually took himself out, not both of them.
So good battle for 2nd and 3rd. Horton is the quickest driver, the 3rd place car we're looking at there. Fastest at 1:31.367. Here's a replay.
Yeah, it was just the end of it there, wasn't it? It was a bit of a shame that, you know, when you think that moves on, it looks on, but when the car in front, it was just late, and I think it... Yeah, you see, he bounced off that curb. I've had that before. But to be fair to Will Jenkins, he opened his steering lock up, and he let himself just drift out a bit wide so he didn't get collected. But that's a shame, that is. A real shame.
It's a big pity. 3 drivers at the moment, all fighting it out over 4th place as we go back to the race leaders. So Horton from Grady, Will Orton. Grady and Orton could do with working together to try and let Harley Horton back in the mix. Mikey Doble having a look at it to get the place back, which he does.
That is textbook stuff, but he may have just run a bit wide. He cuts it off, he's got it. And I tell you what, we're going to have another place lost here, aren't we? Because Nat Hodges is going to struggle. That could be... Don't turn across the front of him. I tell you what, it's job done, but he's going to lose another place now, and just watch how you're squeezing. He's seen that late. Yeah,
Dave Sutton coming up to play as well. It's really good to see him in the mix as well. The Amigo racing car. Love that team name. His karting track named his business there. It's number 6 car going through, as well as Ruben Hage having to go ahead of Harry Mangan, who had a good chat with yesterday. Still Horton out front, Grady, Orton, Doble in 4th. And that black car a little bit offline there. Who's leading the... Still Bal Sidhu in the AMS.
Yeah, so we are getting... I think that was Dave Sutton, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I think sometimes people do make the right decision. If there is a problem, they'll short circuit the chicane and go through in between the barriers. But Gordon Shedden was saying today it was such a pinch point, especially in the big touring cars, that he doesn't see the point in the chicane, and I get that. But it is such a fantastic, corner that it needs to be in racing, but maybe we need to make it a bit harder, maybe a bit wider if we can as well, so we can carry those races through there.
Here's Doble under pressure from Will Jenkins, so the championship leader chasing Mikey Doble, who actually leads the BMW Championship. Saw him racing in last weekend. I was making the point that every time I commentate on Mikey, he never gets a win, and blown engine last week for him. But racing hard here and learning his trade still really in Ginetta's, you've got to say. And he's got the championship leader right behind him. And look at Jenkins all over the back of him now. Jenkins goes wide into the hairpin. This is about a run out down into contact behind. Hotchkiss involved in the mix. Sutton as well winds up facing the oncoming traffic, admittedly off circuits, I think out of danger, but that's a shame for him.
Yeah, they've been at it at the previous lap, so that might have carried on, but we'll see what happens. It's such a low-speed corner. It always sometimes looks a bit clumsy, so what happens is just... he's gone for a move, and he just can't get out of it. Yeah, Hotchkiss, he couldn't get out of that. Oh, and then he clips the rear of his car because he didn't get on the brakes, but he was just trying to get out the way, Dave Sutton, to be fair. So, yeah, Hotchkiss with the Scottish flag on the side of the car. So it's just a bit of a late one. He's locked up because he doesn't want to hit him. And then sometimes that's the worst thing. As soon as you've locked up, won't slow down. And Sutton there is just a sitting duck, but he got off the brakes and made sure he was well out of the way.
There'll be a friendly handshake after the race between those two.
Yeah, all right, mate, maybe a fist shake. Yeah, there was a lot going on in the lap before, I think, with those two, but there was no intention of driving someone off the track there.
No, for sure. Doble and Jenkins, meanwhile, for 4th position. So Doble, the Surrey man, out front at the moment. Will Jenkins is there as well. Championship lead, I think, about to disappear from Will Jenkins, but he's going to not give up without a fight. Doble's still in front of him, and these two, of course, when they're battling, they're losing sight of the top three. Horton, Grady and Orton out front. Those three still relatively close, only half a second between first and second as we watch 4th and 5th. Doble locks up again. 3 Dobles racing last weekend. His younger brother Joseph racing, his dad Mike, who is winning, I think, the Masters Championship in the BMWs. It'd be lovely to see more of them out in Ginettas as well if they want to go that way later on. Meanwhile, side by side a little bit further back with Harvey and Hodgkiss.
Yeah, so he's got back on with it, hasn't he, Hodgkiss? And he's having his work cut out, isn't he, trying to come back through it. But yeah, he's definitely getting the work out with Harvey there.
Sam Harvey rather than Tim, incidentally, in case you're worried about the team having a guest go. And Sam Harvey, the Norfolk-based driver, up ahead of Hodgkiss at the moment, actually doing a pretty good job. The other car we've got, we do see Oliver Cotton running down behind these guys, actually ahead of these guys now. Oliver Cotton in for 10th place. 16 could be doing the juniors, but has just come in and having a go in GT5, and looking forward to doing that next year as Hodgkiss goes on the inside of Harvey. Should get the move complete here. Yeah,
should be done and dusted. But then again, look at that. He's hanging it out. He's hanging it out. He hasn't lifted. He's off the circuit, but he's not lifted. He just had a bit of a break. He'll get the undercut. Will he release the brakes? No, he won't. He's just going to follow through now, and that was brilliant stuff from both of these guys. And it's nice to see when someone knows the beaten and doesn't smash into the other drive. That's good stuff. This is getting tasty.
It is, and Doble still soaking up the pressure at the moment from Jenkins, who again takes the wide line here. He's going to be looking for a decent exit, maybe get a run down the straight if he can. Doble gets out of the hairpin well, extends the gap. That didn't quite work, did it, as well for Jenkins?
No, but to be fair to him, he didn't worry about what was going on behind him. He just opened the lock up and got the throttle on and cracked on. But yeah, when you've got someone so close behind you, it's not very nice. But Jenkins pushing him all the way now, and it looks like these cars have got different strength throughout the sectors. But it is that chicane in a rear-wheel drive car, a fast rear-wheel drive car, which these GT5s are, is difficult. He's close enough now to make him defend and try and get the undercut, or will he sell him a dummy and try and get down the right-hand side? This looks like an undercut coming up.
No, not on the way in. Is he going to do it on the way out, as you suggested? No.
Couldn't get the speed at the apex yet. He's having a go, though, isn't he? He's having a go. So, oh, look at that. Oh, that was a beauty. That's how you do it, isn't it? That was that should be Dave Sutton, shouldn't it? Yeah, that was Dave Sutton. That was a beautiful move, that was, in the black car.
Yeah, that was on, I think, Paolo Santi. So Chris White leading the AMS from Balsido and Karim Sekat next up. And still they continue, these two. Doble out front with Will Jenkins still trying to get on terms. Remember, Harley Horton, the man who should get the top spot in the championship, but this is looking good for Jenkins, who was pulling level there. Again, clean stuff from these two at the moment without wanting to speak too soon. Into the complex they go, and Jenkins is inch perfect behind him at the moment. Again, goes for the wide line. Let's have a look at him on the way out. Doble's been quicker on the last couple of laps as they accelerate out of the hairpin a little further back. Mangian involved with Cian Donaldson, who had a good qualifying as well.
That's proper, that. That's proper, that, from Donaldson. I actually know him. He's a good friend of my very, very good friend Claire. Back at home, Claire Eager, and it's fantastic to see Cian. I know he's fought hard to get into this championship, and he's left these two lads for dead. That is brilliant stuff from Donaldson. Brilliant.
Really good. A lot of the youngsters bypassing juniors now to come into GT5 Challenge, and you can fully respect that. Obviously, they have rounds away with GT, so maybe not the strong or stronger media focus that you get being up here with us on ITV4 as Jenkins gets stuck in, but a lot of the youngsters finding it a slightly less pressurised championship to race in. But I'll tell you what, it's a great championship and it's buzzing.
It's absolutely stunning, isn't it? So, oh, we got a
Karim Sekat.
Rotator, yeah. Sekat, oh, he was lucky there. He was lucky there because he panicked and stamped on the brakes as he could see the car coming around the corner. Look at the energy in these two cars. Watch the rear of these two cars, especially through here, but then the complex. Look how close here. This is where the move should be on. He's trying to get into the fence so he can come round to the outside. Jenkins just can't get it done. But watch the energy of the rear of these cars. Now as you see them power out, the cars running all the way. Look at them. I love that. They're so well set up, these cars. Fire spitting out the rear of Jenkins's car, but he just has got nowhere to go. He's got an answer for every question as Doble. Brilliant.
Doble just 23 years of age, family business down in Coulsdon in Surrey, and the 17-year-old Will Jenkins, just to give you an idea. There are older drivers in the championship as well, but it's a really good age range, and Ginetta have got it exactly right. We give our congratulations to Mike Simpson, by the way, being appointed head of motorsport at Ginetta.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. That's a big old job, that, and he's the right man for it. So fair play, Captain, fair play.
So let's see. I've enjoyed this battle so far, Paul. This has been a mega one. It's such some great racing when we get going. Yeah,
it's been like a proper heavyweight fight. They're slugging it out. They're not smashing into each other just yet, but oh, it's going to be. This is where you've got to get the overlap. But the only way to get past people at Croft is either an undercut or round the outside. It's really, really difficult to set people up. That was a sniff at it.
Yep.
That was a sniff at it from Jenkins. He's just trying to jab and dance around. And just try and make a mistake out of Doble, but he's close enough to make that mistake out of him. And it's here. Can he get underneath him here? No, and it's good to see him not just lunging stupidly. Oh, big oversteer from Jenkins in the 30. The rear tyres just are starting to give up now. This is where he needs to be close enough, and he knows that he doesn't want him down the inside. Look at him, like a wasp all over the back of him.
He is all right, and all of this effort is for 2 extra championship points. That's what you get moving from 5th to 4th, and Jenkins knows at the end of the year those 2 points could well nab him the championship in this long fight. He's working hard, Doble's working hard ahead. You can see the lead trio, Horton, Grady and Orton still 1, 2, 3. I think Grady may be closer to Horton than Orton is to him at the moment. There they go, through shot into Clervaux. Here is this fascinating battle for 4th. Down into Clervaux go again. Mikey Doble's still there, and under pressure still from Will Jenkins, who graduated through the junior championship. Great move in the championship for him. I think we should see more juniors coming into GT5s. Sure, we will next year, but what a race we've had between these two. Is this the last lap now? Because we've got 41 on the clock. Yeah, we think it will be the last. Yeah.
This will be the last lap. He's got a big enough toe. This is it. It's on now. He's trying to dummy him because he knows that he's just going to defend. He's a long enough down the outside to get the cut back on the way inside. He may have to run quite wide. No, again, he's got an answer for this. This is proper stuff. Orton is just absolutely amazing. Doble, sorry, is absolutely on it.
It was a well-placed car, wasn't it, going into Tower, and he's still under big pressure. What a race we got. Here comes Jenkins now getting closer. Is he going to be able to find the gap on the inside? Is Doble going to crack, or is he going to hang on to this 4th place? He's defended so well so far. Horton's still the race leader. It's going to be almost a shame to miss, or to drop back, or forward I should say, to the lead battle, but it's Doble still there from Jenkins, who has a look now, and this is all harrying the 4th place car. Paul signalling to me that it's all over and that Doble's got it. There could be a move into the hairpin. Harley Horton's going to take the win further up the track. We just watched this move. Doble covers it all off again. Great stuff from him. Harley Horton takes the checker. There it is. Great timing from the directors. Grady 2nd, Orton in 3rd place, and what a hard-earned 4th and 5th for Mikey Doble and Will Jenkins.
Stunning. Not over yet though, Richard. Look at them going at it.
Yeah, there is Oliver Cottam side by side with Mazda champion Sam Smith. Who's going to get it? Smithy just gets it from Oliver Cottam. Oliver's been in a great clean race there. Super debut for the 16-year-old. We think the youngest driver ever to race in the championship. Could have gone into Ginetta Junior, but no, come in here. Wants to learn his ropes this year, do a few rounds this year, and then come into the championship full-time next season. Wonderful stuff.
Absolutely brilliant. I really enjoyed that. That was amazing. I mean, fantastic for the race winner, Harley Horton, who's pretty much used to it. But Conor Grady showing good form again.
Yeah.
But like you say, that Doble Jenkins race was something that should be clipped up, sent out to everybody who applies for a race licence, and that is how you do it.
That's a really nice accolade, isn't it? Let's pay respect to the amateur class as well. We didn't see too much of them in that race, but Chris White takes the win. Well done, Chris, from Balsidu. Excellent 2nd place. Paolo Santi on the podium 3rd in the amateurs, and Karim Sekat 4th from Phil McGarty and Neil Finnegan. So our congratulations to them, and I guess Zoppello also finished 2. So we didn't see a lot of the AMs, but just giving them a shout out for their race as well. But Harley Horton 4 on the bounce, that's momentum. As they've only got 2 more meetings left, haven't they now, the GT5s?
Yeah, goes pretty quickly, doesn't it? But like, just to back what you said up on the AM situation, that was proper stuff. I know we don't get to see too much of it sometimes on the TV, but we do know that these AMs fight as hard as the pros. So great championship, love it, and that was a real display of fantastic racing.
4th win of the season for Harley Horton and a 7th of the season for Elite Motorsport. Connor Grady in 2nd from Will Orton, Mikey Doble 4th ahead of Will Jenkins, and then Ruben Hage in 6th from Cian Donaldson and Harry Mangan. 9th goes to Ignacio Zanon, and the top 10 completed by Sam Smith. 11th was Oliver Cotton from Sam Harvey and Dave Sutton. Chris White taking the amateur class win from Bal Sidhu with Paolo Santi in 3rd. Karim Sekat next up from Phil McGarty and Neil Finnegan, and Gerson Zarpello in 20th place.